What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dr. T.S. Johnson shared a very interesting study today on Facebook, and that is an article created by the New York Post, which says that single men just don't care about sex anymore. And this was based on a study published by Match. And what does that study indicate? It indicates that 81% of single men said sex is now less important than it was in pre-pandemic time. So, circa 2020, early that time, late 2019. Okay. And there are some reasons as to why that is, according to some PhDs like Helen Fisher and Justin Garcia. And that is because when the world shut down, people's physiology also shut down at the same time. I kind of joke about that here on the channel, that, as I'm getting older, my testosterone is decreasing, but I never thought about the fact that it could have everything to do with COVID shutting down, right? The world. So when that happens, you're more focused on other things. This is what we're dealing with. And so when you don't have the ability, let's say, to travel as much or to get out and date as much, then you position your mind that, well, you know what? I'm not going to be having a lot of sex, so I'll just find, something else to do. Now, interestingly enough, on the Brother Pill we had about a year ago, many men transitioned themselves from chasing women or picking up women into developing certain skills that would take them to a different level in their career. Let me give you a good example of SPK Speaks. SPK Speaks, he edits for me sometimes. He's in Uganda. And when I went to Uganda in January 2020, he couldn't use Adobe Premiere at all. SPK taught himself how to use Adobe Premiere. SPK is editing for me. Sometimes Kevin Samuels. Literally, besides Dima, he's the best editor by far in Black YouTube. Those two guys. He taught himself that skill within a year and a half. And he's an excellent camera guy. He can direct now. All these skills were self-taught. So he did that during the pandemic with putting himself to the side to believe that I'm not going to just date right now. It's okay. I'll just focus on honing these skills and then advancing myself to the next level in my career. Okay. Now, guys also who are willing to date are looking to date more casually and take things slow. Okay? Meaning that guys are not so interested in banging a chick on the first night. What you're seeing now is guys are looking to do 2 or 3 dates before they go making out or before they go into intercourse. And I believe that the reason is because a lot of men are developing, not just economically, but they're developing as far as a mental maturation process. They're prioritizing their well-being over the woman's well-being. Okay? And these are some of your more higher performing men who are having more significant career strides, men that are developing more self-confidence, men are getting more sleep. They're finding other areas for growth besides sex. All of this combined with the fact, listen to what I'm saying, is you have certain men who actually made more money during COVID. Now, some guys didn't. I can understand that. But you have certain people, like here on YouTube, if you're a content creator during the COVID, you were not hit. In fact, last year, the RPMs and CPMs were higher than they are this year, and I'm pretty sure YouTube's going to make more money this year. If you're a person that was in manufacturing, you did very well. If you're a person that was in tech, you did very well. If you're a person that was in healthcare, you did very well. So here you have guys like Kevin Samuels blew up during the pandemic. So now you have guys who made a lot of money when a lot of people, including a lot of women, were struggling. What does that do for you? It lets you know that you're on the right path. And what it also shows me was like, I'm able to achieve this on my own. The next fundamental question is, well, what do I need her for? Okay? What do I need her for? Now I'm the guy that has something to lose by dealing with her. So now if I'm going to deal with her, she needs to be more vetted. Because this time that I've had to myself, I have developed without having sex. I've developed without a lot of dating. So now if I'm going to risk my personal development with getting involved with somebody, this person has to be worth it. In other words, this person has to prove to me. And a lot of women, I'm not going to say women didn't do a lot of development during this time because it's possible that, and I'm pretty sure that some did. But the men that are doing it have figured out like there is more to life than chasing chicks. Certain men picked up certain hobbies. And this is what I want to talk about for some guys who might have been laid off or some guys who felt down on themselves. This is still the perfect time to push yourself to the next level. You don't have to be willing to go out there on the dating market, because I'm trying to tell you guys, if you listen to me every day, then you know that the dating market is quite dusty. All right. A lot of ladies on the Tinders and the Match.coms, you understand that they're getting dustier and dustier every day. We talk about it on She Hit the Wall and Still Entitled. So you're not missing anything. And it comes back to the old adage that my grandfather used to say, that there's two things that are always going to be here: women and water. They're always going to be here. You're going to be here in abundance. All that you need to do is push yourself to the next level. Certain guys ain't got to worry about buying, certain shoes to impress somebody. You don't have to worry about buying expensive gear or expensive cars to impress anybody, because the reality is that a lot of guys know that it's not even really worth it. And let me talk about this. For certain guys, let me just say this, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything. There are certain guys in the incel community who were not having sex at all during the pre-pandemic period. So let's talk about guys who were not screwing at all in 2018, 2019. They couldn't even get a date. Let's talk about those guys. So those guys probably had it a lot easier during 2020 and now 2021, these last 2 years, because they already understood that, well, hey, if I'm going out, nothing's going to happen anyway. So why should I worry about that? I'm comfortable here. And a lot of men, I'm telling you right now, are comfortable without getting sex. It's not a necessity anymore. And the problem is that if that's the case, it's really bad for women, because that is their advantage a lot of times. Men have to want to date, want to believe that they can get sex. But if a man feels that this is not as important, then you get a lot of women that are going to be in a lot of big trouble. They can't use the guys anymore for text buddies. You can't use the guy anymore for, a ride to work if you don't like him. You can't use the guy for dinner dates. So now those options are gonna be less and less. I think it's beautiful. If you're a guy and you have your stuff together, you're going to be the prize. It's absolutely going to be the prize. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first country at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.